Guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today I'm in Chicago and I'm so excited. This is like, as a barbecue reviewer, I'm like fully geeking out. Like this is the Mecca kitchen in our industry. Like this is the coolest stuff I've ever reviewed, and I get to play around with this stuff all day and actually cook on some of this stuff. It's insane. So I'm in downtown Chicago at Kalamazoo, and we just finished reviewing this $40,000 hybrid grill. Today I'm gonna show you the Shokunin, which is Japanese for craftsmanship. This is by far the sexiest, coolest, most you-know-what Kamado style smoker I've ever seen in my life, and it's not close. Wait till you see what's under the hood. Let's roll. Don't forget, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, we are one of the newest Kalamazoo retailers. So Kalamazoo products are gonna be in our showroom on display. You can come to the Denver metro area and see them for yourselves. You don't have to come all the way to Chicago. If you're local, you can come to Denver and get a similar experience. I'm so excited to be partnered with these guys because we are all about high-end products, high quality craftsmanship, and that embodies the Kalamazoo brand. So let's start, before we get under the hood, the craftsmanship. So these are all made and manufactured in Kalamazoo, and one of the things you're paying for is literally the level of craftsmanship that goes on. So the attention to detail in their welding. So for example, look at this. This is hand welded and all done by hand and hand polished. Like, you would think that this was stamped. Are you serious? Like, the craftsmanship involved with this stainless steel work is out of control. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Now, they started as a steel manufacturing company before World War I. And then eventually down the road, they ended up in dairy manufacturing. And that was really important because you have to have perfect seams, perfect welding, easy to clean, so bacteria doesn't build up with dairy products. Being from Wisconsin, I'm a dairy guy myself. So even more reason to like this product. So that's where the heritage and the level of craftsmanship comes from. All right, enough talk about that. Should we get under the hood of this thing? Okay, so there are some design elements that are really unique to this product. One, let's just get under the hood. Let's talk about it. So you can see our hinge system here. It's not heavy, but it's like a medium, I'd say. So it's not heavy. It doesn't like want to slam down crazy hard. It does have nice gasket material. This wood finish comes in two finishes. Now, this darker finish does need to be oiled from time to time, or you can get it in more of the unfinished look. Then you don't have to worry about that as much. So before we get into the grilling system itself, the main thing is here is you think about a ceramic Kamado versus like a Weber kettle, like a steel Kamado. The big advantage for like a ceramic Kamado is going to be the insulation and how well it holds temperature. All right, so they wanted to take that a step further. We have 2 inches of solid insulation. So one that's going to hold temp, it's going to keep the outside cooler, but really more than anything, it's going to lock in that temperature. And the idea behind that is we can have what they call at Kalamazoo is a gentle fire. Now, they're saying that a gentle fire is the best way to cook because you don't need a lot of charcoal, you don't need a big fire. You can actually build a really small fire and still have really, really high temperatures due to how well this thing is insulated. And we'll get into that as we talk about the system here. Now, we'll talk about why this is important, but we have our temperature gauge here, and then come over here on the side, Sawyer. But even like our air shutter controls, I mean, I can't show this off on camera, but even like how smooth this thing glides, like it sounds silly, but this is like another level. Like, I could just sit here and do this all day. Like that's how nice that thing feels. It's weird to say that, and it's not going to show it off on camera, but even the craftsmanship in our air control system, you can tell is just a tier above. All right, let's get into the Firebox itself. So we have this little tool here. We have our laser cut grates. Now, what's really cool here is these are designed to flip open this way, which is already really cool. Now, you can see it's designed with a multi-level system. Now, what I've never seen before, and what I think is the coolest thing about this is we have 3 levels of cooking. Now, unlike regular Kamado grills, normally what would happen is, like, let's say in a Kamado Joe or like a Big Joe, for example, where we have a deep firebox, we have a lot of room to play with. What we would do in our Kamado Joe is, let's say we're got our charcoal on one side. We could also do multi-levels in a Kamado Joe, but our grill grate's gonna be down low in the firebox. Now, the disadvantage to that is you're dealing with high heat, you have precision, you're kind of loading food down this way near a fire, and that is no fun. What's really unique about this system is we have 3 tiers of cooking, but this is where our actual charcoal goes. So no matter what, our food is always here. So we're always cooking on the surface level, which I think is super convenient. So we basically have 3 tiers of cooking. And again, look at this. It's like our fold away system. How cool is that? So we have smoking on our lower system, right? We have roasting, and then we have grilling. So if you wanted hot sear, we would have some charcoal here. Then we could put up our charcoal fence, just doing that here. And then if we wanted to double tier it, we could go all the way to smoking over here and then cook on that side. So we do have multiple levels to cook on. Now again, everything, we take out our fences, folds up out of the way, except this bottom tier, because it's gonna sit on those racks. So we actually cook down here, and then actually let's take these out so you can see. Oh man, these are heavy. So here's our ashtray that pulls out. Even this thing is just way over engineered, but it's pretty cool. So this is gonna sit down here. Now, another thing we didn't talk about is, unlike some of the other Kamados out there, we have even another level of precision with our airflow. So we have air going in here, right? But what's so cool about it is we have the ability, unlike other Kamados, to cross flow. So we can have air coming in here, and then on the top, what's really unique is on both sides, top and bottom, we have air control on both sides of the grill. So what that allows us to do is create a cross flow. So we could have our fire down on the left side of the firebox with our air inlet here, and then be cooking or smoking up on the top right. So it's sucking the smoke across the firebox, so we're not even above flame, with that smoke pulling towards our meat or whatever it is we're smoking. Every other Kamado is air in, air out. So we have 2 air inlets and 2 air outlets. So we have 4 controls for air control. So we have more ability to control airflow. We have better insulation, the most amount of insulation, with building the smallest fires. And we're always cooking on the top. So we have the most control over literally controlling, manhandling our food. And then we have 3 different tiers for fire. All right, now what's really cool is the fold away system without technically having to remove anything. So these fold this way, okay? We can fold this up this way. This tier can fold this way. And then our bottom grate can fold this way. Now these are the tiers we'd put our charcoal on. So we smoke here, roast here, and grill here. So we got 3 layers of charcoal, and we always use the top ones for cooking. So we never have food below this top tier. How awesome is this thing? This is by far the coolest Kamado style smoker, standalone smoker I've ever seen. And you can come down to our showroom in Colorado and check this out. If you're not local, we can still help you out with it. Give us a call. We can design your entire outdoor space if you need any of the Kalamazoo products. We'll see you guys next time.